Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Alright, welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV. Tonight, we've got the East Coast Gen 6 Series here live at Auto Club, the Last Call 175. That's brought to you by LastCallMafia.com. Go check them out. Great band out there. I'm Dean Doucette. He's Baron Labasco. Baron, it's championship night. May have crowned the champion here. We're still looking at a few other spots in the championship race.
Hey, Dean, it's great to be here and looking forward to this race here in California. Yeah, the Cup Championship is pretty well awarded. Congratulations, Mr. Jason Jackson. But in dispute, we have Rachel Hunt and who else is in there, Dean?
Claus Williams. Rachel and Claus Williams battling for
Claus
second.
Williams. I almost said Lance, but Claus Williams fighting for that second place, and hopefully one of those two, can come across with a second place finish. But I really do like this place.
Yeah, great track, no doubt about it. Good to see it being used out here in place of another track they were thinking about going to. But I love this place, man, and it's very interesting when you talk about this track, Baron. You know, it leads itself to high speeds, which will bring in the middle and high grooves. But once again, I'm a bottom feeder, Baron. I love the bottom here. I love bottoms, Baron.
Well, who doesn't, right? Especially well-shaped ones. And, anyways, we're talking about racetracks still, right, Dean?
I think so, Baron.
Yeah, good. So, yeah, on the bottom, fastest way around every track. But at a place like this, less grip. So you're going to get a trade-off here. If your car can handle it and you can maneuver that thing right along that white line, you're going to go super fast. But how much grip are you going to be able to manage throughout the run? So these guys will be in a real chess match to see which line works best for them.
Absolutely. And this series is always about the long run. Who's going to maintain their stuff? And we got a lot of good ones out there. This will be, I can safely announce, I think, this is the end of the Gen 6 car here at RGR Racing. Next season, we'll be looking to move to a different vehicle, to be determined as of now. But this is the last look we're going to get at these cars here, Baron.
Well, it's been a great series. The car produces some really good racing. We've seen a great championship battle unfold as the season moves along, and Jason Jackson, the model of consistency in this car this year, has parlayed all that into a championship, Dean. So once upon a time, this car was the baddest bitch on the road, and it has since been supplanted by two other generations of NASCAR tin tops. And when we get back to racing on Thursday, around February, we might have a new car to talk about.
Yeah, we definitely will. And it's a little sad, but it was much sadder back in the day when we moved on from it. I don't think we knew what direction NASCAR was going, and some like it, some don't. Whatever, we'll leave it at that, Baron. But we definitely went away from where we were here in the Gen 6 machine.
We have, and it's a sturdy car. The Cup garages built this thing to be economical and fast. I think through hours and hours of research, we have that Gen 7 car, which the guys are running now. So who knows? We may see a Gen 7 out here. We might even see a truck. You never know what we'll find. Maybe some legends. That'd be fun.
Absolutely, maybe. You never know. Look at this, though, out here on the track. We're going to get into tonight's starting grid, and it's Rachel Hunt on the point. I mean, I don't remember Rachel grabbing a pole. This might be her first in this series. Congrats to her. A time of 40.153 as she battles for that second in point spot. I don't even see Claus Williams in the field, so maybe the battle's already over. Jason Brantley will start on the outside of row number 1. It's Troy Torgerson and Jason Jackson in row 2. Of course, they battled the other night for a championship. Troy couldn't make the gas or a caution come out, so he did not win that championship, and Jackson came up a little bit short as well. We've seen that past season in the Xfinity where he lost by like 1 point. Tonight, Baron, Jason Jackson will be crowned a champion, and it's long overdue. Let's look at row 3, Jason Spear and Tom Lester. Row 4 is the Toad Man, Todd Gilly, rocking that Kailu glass machine, along with Ian Spear, the youngster. Rob LaPrime and Adam Newton will start in row 5. Oh, there's Claus Williams, my bad. He is, in fact, here. So in 11th, with Brad Collins on his inside. He's actually 11th. Claus in 12th. A little further back, you have got Sheffield, Herb Ashley, Tom Ashley, Eric Whiting, and George Dibble. Expect Sheffield to make his way through this field.
Car field at California, no doubt they'll get spread out quickly as this track has multiple lines. I love that view from turn 1 as they come down that front straightaway, all spanned out. Gorgeous view. Great racetrack. Good way to kick this series off and send it into the twilight.
We missed Adam Newton somehow. I don't know how we could miss the chicken pit machine. It's back in business. Get your Torkel chicken at the local stand. Here we go. Pace car off. We're ready to go racing here in the last call, 175. Hunt and Brantley lead them down into corner 1.
Draft is going to play a role here tonight, Dean. Stay tucked up with your guy. You might move him right to the front.
Yeah, I kind of like that part of it here. I think not necessarily have to be in a line of cars, but having a racing partner might be beneficial. Brantley moves up the track. Torgerson and Spear down low looking to get a run.
Yeah, you'll see that. If guys start working together, they'll actually manage to get separation, just like they do at Michigan in some phases. Stay lined up together, and we got one up into the wall. That was Jackson.
We had a lot of them playing real close with that wall, and that's what you want to do, Baron, to get the full wall effect, if you will. You don't put that in quotation marks. You got to be close to it. It gives you almost like a little speed bonus, but that time a little too close, perhaps.
Well, paint being traded there.
No doubt about it. So everybody doing a nice job in the early goings. The Toad Man and Adam Newton. You see sparks flying everywhere. Those bumps affecting these cars. That splitter digging into the track a little bit, Baron.
Yeah, it sure is. And get a load of my favorite car there, Mr. Tom Lester, rocking my Jack Daniels machine for the last time. My favorite paint scheme out there. Let's put it on the podium, buddy.
There he is, and he'll be looking for that podium tonight. He's been racy lately, looking good. Now, and that's Jack Daniels number 7, Baron. Are there other numbers?
Well, they're all number 7, but they're different labels. So.
Yeah, I never really understood
Well, that's
that.
a black
Where's number
label.
8?
Well, they don't have an 8.
But I want an 8.
Well, you can get the 8, it just wouldn't be Jack Daniels.
You're just going to send me an 8, aren't you? Nonetheless, back to racing. Rachel Hunt out here leading. Brantley slips back into second. Jason Jackson up to third. Tom Lester and Ian Spear has picked up a few spots in the early going. He's in the top 5.
You could have 8 shots of Jack Daniels.
I'm going to need some samples, Baron.
We'll be happy to provide you 8 different samples.
I'll take it. You got any cheese and crackers with that?
8 different kinds.
Okay. Right now, Rachel Hunt walking away. How about this? The one came to play tonight, Baron.
Yeah, Clean Air helping her out right now, and she's holding the boys off. Fast lap just created by Tom Lester. That last lap, He's mirrored back in fourth place, Dean. So some speed coming to the front.
Definitely is. And the question will be, are they using their stuff up? We got some patient drivers out here. We'll see how this plays out as it goes along.
Yeah, you said about patience. You know, some folks really do take their time through here. Adam Newton, one of them, he's a patient driver. We'll see how he moves along as the race unfolds here. We talked earlier about Brandon Sheffield, all the way shotgun on the field in 17th, and holding station back there. Just staying out of trouble with Tom and Herb Ashley.
Yeah, a little surprising to see him this far back this early, but you're right. This is patience on a level maybe we haven't seen from Sheffield quite yet. I'm sure he'll get it wound up soon. Up front, though, we got stuff happening. Jackson and Lester looking to make a move. Torgerson and Brantley helping out Hunt, and they all fan out.
This track can be a little bit tricky, Dean. It'll go loose on you if you push it too hard.
Yeah, it certainly will. I mean, your throttle control, right? The old egg under the throttle, Baron, is what people talk about, rolling that egg forward and rolling it backwards. That is something that, this kind of track is going to lend itself to.
And you'll see them messing with it. It'll start getting a little loose as we get later in the run, probably around lap 17 to 20 here, but they'll definitely start to shimmy around a little bit on you.
It's interesting. The low line not playing well right now. You see Lester and Spear. Oh, and Lester loose off the corner right after we talked about it. So they'll try some evasive maneuvers around him. The Toad Man looking high, door closed.
So only late lap in, 8 laps in, Ding. You wanted 8, you got it. That was when they started going loose.
All right. Let's go on board with our presumptive champion, Jason Jackson. You can hear that thing wind up.
Great sound from inside that car.
How is it to have sound, Baron? We went 2 years with no sound for you.
Well, we got to figure it out, Dean. We just don't know how.
That's true. We don't know how.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Absolutely. So everybody fanning out different lines. I am seeing Rachel down lower. I like this for her. I think it's a tire-saving move, a gas-saving move. Ride that low line. The high line going to be a little quicker, but here we go. Torgerson looking for the lead.
This track was always a set builder's nightmare. Having a set for it. You watch these cars, especially from the in-car, you will see these things porpoise up and down, these big bumps, especially during the back straightaway. Really shake your fillings loose and also plays havoc with the tires.
Absolutely. I mean, this is something that they have to contend with all the time.
And you'll see them bounce and pop around on the backstretch there.
You can see here, we get a little closer view here, and you just watch the front end of that car, and you'll see it kind of oscillating up and down a little bit. It's not too dramatic at that portion. You get a little bit more in this area here, as the outside lane is just freight training our points leader, Jason Jackson.
Yep, now he'll get some of these back, taking this low line here. The object is be able to get that throttle down, finish the pass.
Yeah, that is the tricky part. Up front, Torgerson on the high side. Hunt now shuffled out to the bottom. Brantley and Ian Spear helping on the high side. Here comes the chicken pit machine of Adam Newton. I knew he'd be good here. He likes this place. And now Rachel's got to be concerned. She's in a battle for second in points, Baron. We always say these positions mean something to people. Claus Williams, he's on that high side, just a couple of cars behind. He'll be here before you know it.
Yeah, Rachel's committed to the low line. It's kind of funny too. Most of the season we saw her on the high line.
Yeah, a little
So
reversal here.
yeah, tonight she's chosen the bottom as her preferred way around the track. Hopefully she knows something the rest of the field doesn't.
There he is, Adam Newton making a move. The Bulldog inside of Ian Spear. Can he get clear here? This is a big if, and he needs to get clear right now before he gets freight trained. Hunt goes underneath, so they end up 3 wide. Newton in the middle. Ian Spear door to door, swapping paint with the Bulldog. And
Field is still remarkably bunched together too, Dean. I mean, these guys are still racing hard, and big air being, or big hole in the air being punched by these vehicles. So look, most of that.
And I think that's when you look at Brandon Sheffield, still tail end here, Baron. I think this is why he's back here. He realizes nobody's getting away here for the first 20 laps. Let me just wait this out. Torgerson rocking the high. Jackson down low. Can't get it done. So that high line going to power on around down the back straight.
But this track is so much fun because we just, 2 laps ago, we were talking about here, he was getting freight trained. And look, he's up here battling for the lead again.
Yeah, and that's the way it's going to be all night. So it's much like we talked about when you were actually on the highway, Baron. You know, this is like highway driving. Pick your lane. It better be the one that's moving.
I'm really bad at that, too. I can't ever pick the fastest toll lane. I can't ever fit the fastest lane on the highway. I'm really bad at it.
I mean, I really don't know what to say about that, Baron. It's a man's job, Baron.
I'm wonderfully good at it in iRacing. I can pick the fast lane in iRacing. I just can't when I'm driving the car.
Fair enough. Torgerson and Brantley. How about Brantley in the East Coast web printers machine trying to take it to the front? I think he's got it here. Look at that
run from Torgerson. Yeah, but that run from the 3's got it.
I mean, he just got the power down. Even the guys behind him couldn't quite keep up through that corner. Brantley's found a little something there. And that's what it's about, isn't it, Baron? It's all about angles and, you know, points on the track where you want to start to cut down or stay up in your lane. They all make these minuscule differences in your lap time.
Well, they do. And, you know, one of the things that, you know, was described to me about this track is, you know, it's almost like racing, you know, Talladega or Daytona with this, because the high line becomes the fastest line around the track, and you can only really get one car at a time. Otherwise, like we saw to Jason Jackson, you get freight trained by that high line.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes, like here, you start peaking higher than high, and that's what I thought he was going to do to the Toad Man right in front of us here. We ride on board with Claus Williams.
Watch this front end jump. Look at that.
Well, it's always bouncing, isn't it, Baron?
Yeah, it's so cool. Saw the sparks coming off of the 19. That's really cool stuff right there.
That's why I installed a bus chair here at home, Baron. Got giant springs on it, and I just bounce through the corners with it.
Nice.
I got one of those big wheels, too.
Comfort matters. You are a bougie bitch, aren't you, though? I mean, my goodness, big old dust wheels, shock absorbers in your chair.
Oh, yeah.
You got a fan on you, too?
It does a few other things I can't talk about on air, too.
You got a little nut cooler down there hanging out?
Absolutely. Jason Brantley, your leader here on lap 18 and 90. Ian Spear in second. Adam Newton has moved up to third. He's up 6 along with Ian Spear. Torgerson down 1. And the Toad Man up a couple. He's in the top 5. There's Claus Williams. Now he's in position to grab second in points. Rachel Hunt, she slipped back to 9th behind Jackson and Dibble. So Dibble up 9 spots here.
It's a 2-way game.
And so you were cutting out there, Baron.
You said Rachel's moved to the high side, so is it a little too late for her?
Well, it's never too late. I mean, if Sheffield's behind you, I mean, it's not too late. Because I can guarantee you, Sheffield's going to make a move in this race. And he hasn't made it yet. Right now, the chicken pit machine of Adam the Bulldog Newton. He's looking to make a move. Does he want to ride with Brantley or make a move on him? Baron, I mean, are we at the point in this run where you want to try and help the guy in front of you versus pass him?
Well, the tires are going away now, Dean. We're at lap 20. So some of these guys are going to start feeling some ill handling characteristics of these machines. And I suspect that they will start running where the car is most comfortable.
Yeah, we just seen that, like the 2 looked like it was really yawing out on exit. Did not break loose, but it did not look comfortable. As on this corner looks better, and he was trying to make a move, couldn't quite get it done. Oh, behind Jackson. That's Dibble into the wall, a little wobble, no contact. We're all right. Here comes Herb Ashley on the high side behind Dibble. Got Collins down in the middle. He slides up high.
Full field right there, under 2 seconds spread out. So, I mean, nice little pack we got going on here.
It definitely is. And you see Collins down here on the bottom underneath the Herb Ashley. And he in the corner, he gets in there and it's almost 3 wide. Then he gets back to the high. He keeps kind of coming down the track. Baron, I think he's trying to manage that vehicle here, and I kind of like it. There's really no need at this point to run up by the wall yet. I mean, I think I like what Collins is doing so far. There's Lester underneath him right now. Well, he's underneath the Hunt now as Collins goes to the bottom with Lester. And that's what I'm interested in. Who's going to run the bottom and make it work? It doesn't look like anybody able to do that quite yet. The Toad Man loose chases it. That's 2 admins fighting there. That's admin on admin crime.
Well, we had 2 incidents there. Looks like the Whataburger machine got into Collins. And they had a little door action there while the 2 cars behind him were hitting each other. Got another look there. Another SWAT.
Yeah, it looked like Lester and him came together that time. So some hard racing back here. And that's Sheffield sneaking by on the high side, and Lester sends it in.
Sheffield, a full groove higher than just about anybody else out there.
Yeah, very interesting here. That's Eric Whiting behind Sheffield in that 13 machine. Up front, Brantley and Newton slugging it out. Newton looked like he's about to take the lead here. He should come clear.
The 3 machines coming back to him.
Oh, the 3 loose.
Oh.
Brantley chasing it down the track. He'll hold on, or will he?
Oh.
No, he goes up and roughs the Toad Man up. And then comes down to the inside wall. Heavy damage on the 3. We stay green for now.
I thought he had it, Dean.
The Toad Man has got some kind of penalty or damage, so the Toad Man unable to drive. I don't know what happened there, Baron. He come up, he looked like he had it, and I mean, there's definitely something happened with that wheel, because I know he didn't have a problem with the Toad Man or anything. Very interesting.
Crazy. I thought he had it all collected, and I thought he was just going to bring it back on the pavement, and all of a sudden he's up into the 19.
And Brantley going to pit road, going from the lead here into the doghouse. Unbelievable.
And that hands the 2 the lead right now, so Adam Newton out in front.
And this is perfect timing for Newton to get the lead. You know, the cars have worn out. The accident has broken up the packs a little bit. And now watch Newton control this clean air as he heads down towards the bottom. I love it. He knows how to control this place, and he's going to do just that. Ian Spear and Torgerson with Williams and Jackson, your top 5. Second group led by Collins. Here comes Sheffield and Hunt along with Lester.
Hunt was smart. She'd hook right on the back of that 36 and let Sheffield plow the road for her.
Right now, she's up there with Collins. Sheffield trying to return down to the bottom, trying to use the whole track here. And this is interesting because you see the lines on the track here, you know, those seams. There's many of them. And guys who are crossing over all those seams, Baron, it could be good, but it could be bad for the car, almost like a cheese grater effect there.
I felt like those seams were greasy, slippery, and I tried to stay off them as much as possible in the turns. And I always planted all 4 tires in a lane there and just tried to make it so I didn't hit those seams because it felt like it got loose. Now, it may have been just me just being superstitious and stupid.
I'll be honest with you, I played the exact opposite, Baron. I put my lefts on one of those seams and ride it. Right now, Adam Newton in control. I wouldn't say he's quite getting away yet, but he's got a few car lengths on Ian Spear and the rest of this group. Torgerson looking strong. He's down on the bottom. Claus Williams has fought his way up here from 12th up to 4th, so he's doing a nice job. And look who's separated from the group and starting to make headway, Baron.
Yep. That would be that 36, Mr. Brandon Sheffield.
So he rode around at the back for 15 laps, Baron.
Yep, and that's over.
That is over. He's got work to do, though. It's very hard to make up time alone on the track out here. He could use some help. There's your leader, Adam Newton. I think he's looking for Mrs. Pembleton or whatever her name was.
Oh.
It's from the movie, Baron. That was Lonnie Anderson played that role.
Dean, you just said Lonnie Anderson.
That's right. She played that role, and
You were such a smoke show.
So the Toad Man and Jason Brantley both sitting on pit road. Think they might be done for the night. Very unfortunate incident here this evening.
15 cars out there battling.
Now
Pit stop's going to start happening soon too.
Don't forget about our sponsor, Last Call. Go check out lastcallmafia.com for their, they do a lot of covers and they got a lot of original music too. Go check them out. Support the family that is the son of the Toad Man himself, who also has a band.
What's the son play for the instrument?
Now, Baron, now you're just trying to make me look silly.
No, I was just asking questions.
No, I don't have any further intel. Caution on the track! And it's Eric Whiting and Tom Ashley both spinning. So,
Doesn't look like any damage.
Gonna reset him here. Here's Ashley on the bottom, Whiting up by the wall. He gets into the wall, comes down, and there you go. Hard licks for both of them. And there's another. You can smell my rear end for the sake of it. Have a whiff of this.
Get a load of my purple backside.
Brantley cutting through the grass to pass the pace car. I'm not sure that's a legal move, Baron.
I don't think he cares.
I don't think he does. He was trying to get a lap back there. They will not allow that move. He's going to be shuffled to the back.
Yeah, that was my give a damn broke.
Yeah, he was on pit road just to come off, so he's back in the race at least, but we'll see where that goes. So caution here, early goings of the race, lap 32 of 90.
They'll all come and get tires. but they cannot make it, can they?
Well, that is the question. I doubt they could do 58 laps, but who knows? I'm going to go ahead and say they'll have to stop again, but what it will do, Baron, is it'll turn this into a pack race. So we see here on lap 32 is when we began to get separation just moments ago, maybe 25 in. Now we got 58 laps. This is less than 30 lap runs coming up. There will be no separation, so you better get your highway lane picking in order, Baron.
I'm going to need a spotter, Dean. We're going to need a spotter to do this.
I can do it, Baron, but unfortunately I drink a lot, so I can't really be held responsible for what I tell you.
I can't see the road. I don't even knit.
You're going to get a lot of, hell yeah, it's open, go for it. There he is, Adam Newton coming off first. Ian Spear, Torgerson, Williams, and Sheffield, your top 5. Jackson, Collins, Lester, and Hunt, along with Jason Spear, in the top 10. Got the good old Looney Tunes machine out here of Robert LaPrime.
Favorite character was Taz. Who was yours?
Taz is a good one. Favorite character from Looney Tunes? I mean,
you strike me as a Yosemite Sam kind of guy.
Yeah, kinda, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I always liked the Wile E. Coyote with the Roadrunner.
Oh, okay.
You know, I wouldn't say a favorite character, but favorite scenes, you know? There's nothing like painting an open tunnel on a cave, you know, or whatever on a mountain.
Oh, yeah.
Now, for those of you who want a little information on that, I got something special for you. You want to see the Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner in live movie form, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Go look up The Lonesome Stranger. Oh boy, you're in for a treat. That was
I had a life-size.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I
had a life-size vision of you, you know, as Yosemite Sam, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
grab it.
kinda.
With the hat, the mustache.
It's not quite accurate. You gotta throw in a beard, you know.
Yep. Big old handlebar mustache.
I could do a handlebar. I had a cousin who had a big handlebar mustache. But I gotta tell you, if you have never heard of Lonesome Stranger, someone's got to go look that up on YouTube. I think they tried to get rid of it. It was so bad. Arnold Schwarzenegger starring in it in his very early years, barely spoke English, and you know it was funny. I mean, they painted stuff on the wall and people smashed into it. It was all that stuff. Here we go, back to racing. Newton and Torgerson, Ian Spear, and Claus Williams. Good orderly start by everybody. Sheffield deciding which lane to go into. So this is always interesting, Baron. A guy comes to the front from 8 spots back. He does it through patience early and making a run in the mid part of the run. Now he has the lead. Does he overdrive trying to keep the lead?
Well, as you said, Dean, you know, these are going to be basically 30-lap sprints, and these cars will be all over each other. So my gut tells me run hard. You know, we're going to pit soon. You know, and keep that clean air. As you can see here, Williams power move to the front.
Great move by the 16. He takes the lead away from Newton. Now Newton on the bottom. He needs to take the lead back or he might go back to 5th.
There's that 36 machine just stalking.
Yeah, and he's still being patient by the Adam Newton does his job, takes that lead back. That's a good move by the two. Here comes Sheffield down to the bottom. Williams sends it in again. Oh, not clear!
Ooh.
Not clear! It's almost a little travesty there.
Drafted. Yep, tandem drafted back here.
I love it. I like the tandem days. And, you know, when they were here, I was like, I don't know. I kind of miss them, Baron.
They were fun. I went to a few of those races. And you know, the teams really got together, and it was cool. Such big runs. They would get these huge, massive runs where they get locked up with each other, and they pass each other. It's a lot of fun, but the purists hated it.
Yeah, well, the purists hate everything, so, you know, that's the way that goes. Sheffield on the bottom, we're 3 wide. Williams getting sucked back in the middle. That outside lane prevailing early again, as you would expect. Sheffield fading a bit. There's a look at Collins coming into play. Hunt still riding around. She's taking it easy this run.
After leading several laps, she's probably picked up a little something watching Sheffield go to the front, being patient.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what you do, right? Is you learn and evolve as the race goes on. So there's another group. We got Dibble here, Spears back here. There's Tom Ashley. Herb Ashley's up a ways, so I don't know who's all in this group. Looks like the Toadman and Brantley both back on the track back here as well.
Loose.
La Prime and the Looney Tunes machine. I don't know what we did talking about all that, but we put him on pit road, Baron.
Maybe he was an Elbert Fudd fan, and we just didn't mention it.
Well, that's all, folks. Let's see if
Foghorn
we can...
Leghorn, you know.
Now there's one that I really liked. I forget what he used to say. Let's look at La Prime. Just riding around here. It looks like he just drives up into the wall here, Baron. And I think he says, you know what? Maybe that's enough for now.
I was also a Marvin the Martian fan.
Oh yeah, I used to be able to do that voice verbatim there. I don't know if I could attempt it on the air tonight.
It was the P-32 space modulator that had everybody all screwed up, right?
That's right.
Poor Daffy out there getting blown up every time he touched the thing.
I love it. This is my childhood coming back to me.
Yep.
All I need is my dog Casey, and I'd be in my comfort zone here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where was a dog named Casey on TV, Baron? Or I don't even know if it was a dog, but there was Casey and Finnegan. Anybody remember that?
I'm afraid I don't.
Well, it wasn't Mr. Rogers, but it was like Mr. Dress Up or something. I don't know. One of those type of shows.
Casey and Finnegan sounds like a bar.
I like it. So back to racing as we get sidetracked on Looney Tunes here. The chicken pit machine. The Torkel chicken machine. Adam the Bulldog Newton leading this thing. Torgerson in tow. Ian Spear. Let's talk a little bit about Ian here. Ian's, just a really quality driver, Baron. Young man. He practices, sure. I don't think he gets as much as maybe some of the hardcore guys, but it's evident he's got talent, Baron.
Well, and it's coming forward, Dean. We used to have him in these races, a year or two ago, and it was, the young man struggling to keep the car on the track and pointing in the right direction and trying to find his speed and his rhythm and his racecraft. And I feel like this year, Dean, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I feel like this year he's really developed that racecraft, and it's translated into speed. Dean, he's been up the front quite a bit.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it, or I did with Jason Spear, I think, when he was in the booth. And, Ian's always had it, just to be clear. He really didn't fight like terrible driving or, mishandling the car that much. But, navigating through an entire race, Baron, may be a little problematic. Those days are gone. He's just one of the guys or gals out here now. He races just like anybody else, and he's got the speed. He's always had early speed, and being around these guys, you just can't help but learn how to have long run speed, Baron.
Well, it is a skill set all on its own, and this car, really takes a delicate hand. This Jensen car, if you ask Brandon Sheffield, he'll tell you about how it is to make this thing run long runs. So, um, as we move forward into different platforms and different race cars, there'll be different sets of needs for these drivers to make them run. They really have mastered it now with this one, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait to see where they go. My vote, Baron, I don't mind putting it out there on the air, the trucks. I want to see the trucks out here. I want to see 35 car fields because that's what the trucks will produce. And I think it'd be awesome. But I think they might go another direction like ARCA or something. That'll be all right, too. They'll put on a good show at some tracks for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sparks flying through the shadows here. Don't want to catch one of those in the eye, Baron.
Shadow or the sparks?
Take your pick.
Only the shadow knows, Dean.
Well, that may be true. I don't want to know what the shadow knows, Baron.
That's an old Edgar Allan Poe quote.
There you go. We're getting some.
Yeah.
We go from Looney Tunes to Edgar Allan Poe, folks. That's what this booth is like.
We're all about the same time. We old.
We're definitely old. There's no doubt about that. I'm sure a large part of our audience has no idea about half the things we're talking about.
This is true.
So Newton here, past halfway, approaching lap 48 here of 90. He's your leader. And I love what he's doing out here, Baron. Me and Adam have talked about this track a lot. And he right now, he's controlling the race. He's doing it by right there. He's getting a little bit lower through the corner, right? That gives him some separation. Now they got to waste their time running him down on the straightaway. He'll go down in the corner, and he'll go a little bit lower again, and he'll get that separation again. And he's just going to do this over and over and over again. And this is how you manage the race without allowing that lane to get on the outside of you.
Well, you couldn't be more right about it, Dean. Adam Newton, a champion in this sport, knows how to run this track. He loves it. And all he's doing is managing his space, his tires right now, and letting everybody else kind of try to find their way around that two machine.
Yeah, I believe it. Two-time champion here at RGR. So Newton, no slouch, to be certain. Torgerson, he might be the hottest guy on the track these days. He coming off a couple of wins, and close on a championship. So Torgerson's really found his way lately here. You see Lester all of a sudden coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, this whole leaderboard tonight, Dean. He's been to the front, he's been to the back.
Yeah, this type of race it is. There's a look at Rachel Hunt, Brad Collins. You got Tom Ashley, George Dibble back here. Spear trying desperately to hang on. He has got Brantley and the Toadman in tow there. I think this group too far back. They got to get going, and I would say the same for back here with Rachel. It looks like she knows it. She's scooting up here right now.
I hope Rachel's only playing possum like this. We're winding down on some laps. If she wants that second place, time to giddy up a little bit here.
Yeah, well, a little information on Rachel again. I mean, we've talked about it in the past. Of course, she has Parkinson's disease along with leukemia, and very difficult for her to be in this chair. Well, more difficult to get in and out of it than to be in it, Baron. She rides this as in part to stop the tremors that Parkinson's gives her. So when she's racing, those tremors cease to exist. And but she does, long races can be taxing on her. So we'll see how it plays out. But give this woman some credit. She might be the toughest person in this field. I'm telling you that right now.
I ran against her in open sets. I think I said this. She was with Elliott Racing. And she put it on everybody week in and week out, sick or not. That girl can race a race car, and she's out there now, Dean. And I'm sure the last thing on her mind is her illness. Let's get that on to the front.
Yeah, and the other thing I want to mention is this is not just coming on iRacing because of the illness for those tremors. This is a woman who raced cars in real life, okay? This is she's done this her whole life. This is no slouch. I know Rachel, she's dealing with these things. It certainly hampers her performance at a lot of tracks, but she's capable of winning any race at any time. There's Lester with a darting move to the inside.
Yeah, and I'll just put a period on that about Rachel Hunt, like I talked about the times when she was with Elliott Racing. That team, the team that I was on, won several championships in the open season. We had what was considered one of the best, organized, online before the race setups became a thing. We were doing it on our own, and that team and her in particular, made us earn it week in and week out.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. We'll see what she can get done tonight. Remember, she's battling Claus Williams for second in points. Claus currently third here in the field. We're on lap 54 of 90. So I expect pit stops around lap 65-ish, somewhere in there.
Yeah, it feels about right. If they're going to break it in half, we're getting close to the time.
And once again, green flag stops are going to matter, I think.
Oh, for sure. And do you think we see anybody short pit this thing?
Well, that's the interesting thing is I don't know if you want to do that here. I mean, look at this pack. If you get out there to a lead, Baron, you short pit and you get way out, you're all by yourself. They'll probably run you down. So I don't think you want to short pit tonight. And that's going to make it interesting. How far do they go, Baron?
Yeah, you raise a very good point, Dean. Without that draft, they may be sitting ducks.
Yeah, it's typically the case here. I think you want to go long here. The problem is everybody goes long here, and who's going to blink first, basically, and who's going to wait too long? I mean, you certainly don't want to be down to just a couple of laps left, and we got pit stops now. Claus Williams, Tom Lester on pit road. Holy smokes, early stops, the short pit engaged. I mean, is it because I said the other thing, Baron? I mean, you're breaking up a little bit there, but yeah, generally, whenever I say something, they do the opposite. So there you go, folks.
Yeah, they heard you, Dean, so they said, we're going to prove Dean wrong. We're just going to short pit it.
I mean, they could be like my ex-wives, and whatever I say, they just do the opposite.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's women in general. Oh, I'm going to hell.
You're going to hell for that, Baron? I think you'd be all right.
I said it. I'm screwed. That's going to pay me back somehow.
There's Herb Ashley in. You see Lester coming back out on the track. Claus Williams way in front of Lester. So this is big for Williams. He's going to join into the pack here, Baron, and this will be very helpful for him. Still Newton controlling, and he's running that middle groove. And I love it because he's not crossing all these seams. He's kind of using the corner. We talk about that, Baron. you know, the corner, the angle, and if you were to just draw a line around it of smoothness, it would ride in the same lane. So crossing all these lanes, although I do it myself and it can be beneficial, it also can wear the car out. As we're experiencing some difficulties with Labosco's mic, I think. Claus Williams powering through the field on the low side. So that fresh rubber, I guess it wasn't much of a benefit catching the pack after all. Newton, Torgerson, Ian Spear, Brandon Sheffield, your top four together. Jason Jackson barely hanging on to the pack. Here comes Lester. He's got fresh rubber. He'll try to power through. And I hear a little murmuring, perhaps, as the mic tries to come back online.
Yeah.
There he is, Mr. Baron Labosco.
All right.
I wanted to sing there. He's back. What is that,
Little
Aerosmith song?
Oh, yeah.
Fascinating to watch this line that Adam is driving here. Very proficient line, holding them at bay. Torgerson goes up to the wall trying to get a run. He's trying everything and anything he can to get it done. The big players right now, Claus Williams and Tom Lester. Lester's caught up. So now, if these two can tandem draft here, Baron, they don't want to fight each other. They've got to work together.
And that field's right behind them, Dean, and coming fast. So as those pit stops happen, these guys will cycle through. Can they maintain or increase that lead together?
Well, they're going to increase it because they've got through the pack, right? The pack's not catching them. The pack is hemorrhaging time to them. So these two are getting away, and they've already pitted. They're going to have a mammoth lead. The big question's going to be, how do pit stops go for these five drivers? Newton, Torgerson, Spear, Sheffield, and Jackson. Can they stay together? Can at least two or three of them stay together? It's going to be a big thing here. We're coming down to it. 30 to go. I think Claus Williams and Lester may have pitted too early, but I'm telling you, they're going to have a huge lead, Baron.
Interesting strategy.
All I heard was strategy, Baron.
Interesting strategy.
Yes, sir. Yes, very interesting. And I'm all here for it. Like, I don't think the short pit works here, but if you're going to do it, this is how you do it, folks. You get in actually early, not 3 laps early. This is going to be 10, 15 laps early. This will get them a 10-second plus lead on the pack, maybe even more than that. So, but they're going to have to hold on. I mean, they're going to have a long way to go. Drop off from the best to the last lap for Adam Newton, if you look at that, is about 2 seconds, Baron. And you're not coming through, Baron. Unfortunately, maybe reset on Discord. Not sure what's going on there. Torgerson and Sheffield, second and third. Jackson comes in. So Jason Jackson comes in. Tom Ashley will follow along with Jason Spear as those three are on pit road on lap 64. Newton and company still going strong.
They're all fanned out and they're racing each other, Dean.
Yes, sir. They certainly are. And that looks like Herb Ashley there, possibly with fresh rubber coming up through here. So this might hinder Newton. I'm not sure. No, it looks like it won't have any problems for him.
Get out there and get clear. Yep.
I mean, Newton's doing a nice job. We keep talking about that line, Baron. It's just a great line for him to run. It's just high enough to keep the speed up and low enough to maybe save some tire and get your own, a clean air and a little distance through the middle of the corner there. 26 to go. Claus Williams and Herb Ashley. Well, Claus pulling away a little bit. Looks like Tom having a little bit of a problem here, staying up with them. This will hurt him slightly.
26 to go, Dean. These guys have got to pit soon, right?
They certainly do. I mean, it's a big track, so maybe shuffle your normal thinking back a little bit. Normally, I'd say now is like as late as I'd want to go. Maybe down 5 more, maybe 20 to go is about as long as I want to stay on the track. Right now, if you look at lap times, so we'll look in particular at Lester and Williams. So 41.45 for Williams, Newton a 42.33. They're losing just under a second, and they're coming. Here comes Newton. Here comes Torgerson and Spear with them. Good stop by that group so far. Dibble comes in. So they knew it right around lap 25. That's a good call by them. Sheffield stays out. He'll be your new leader. Hunt and Collins also out on the track.
And awfully spread out here. So is that hurting the 36?
Well, it's not helping, right? I really, at this point in the run, I don't think it matters a whole lot. Maybe they'd rather have clean air and be alone at this point. I don't think it's a big concern for them. But generally speaking, 2 cars are better than 1 here at Auto Club. There's Torgerson coming off of pit road. He'll beat Adam Newton off of pit road. Ian Spear hangs with them. There's Jackson and Tom Ashley coming by. Rachel Hunt, your new leader, as Sheffield comes onto pit road.
Interesting to see how that plays out with Lester out there.
Yeah, there is Claus Williams and Tom Lester. Now they are going to have a big lead here. Jason Jackson about 10 seconds back, about what I predicted. I thought it might be bigger than 10, but that whole group, they're 10 seconds back. So watch out. I don't think Lester and Williams can hang on, but with only 22 to go, Baron, it's possible. Brad Collins, new race leader, as Rachel Hunt comes on to pit road. So how about Collins here, getting a little air time, getting that car on here. Let's get a look at it. FlyingAce.net, a little Snoopy action, more cartoons for us, Baron.
Love it.
Who
I was a
doesn't
big
love
fan
it?
of Red Baron.
And there it is, right? The Red Baron. I mean,
Right there on
that
the
should
back of
be,
that
that's
car.
you, isn't it?
Hell yeah, it is. Where I got my name.
And here he comes. So Brad Collins comes in to pit road. He'll relinquish the lead over to Claus Williams. So Claus and Lester will be there, and they got a little help here with Brantley, who is several laps down.
Well, draft help there is not going to hurt them at all, and as you said, Dean, a 10-second gap. How soon do they need to start shredding that down with only 21 to go?
Well, it's already coming down, Baron. I mean, the tire difference, we got to drop off of 2 seconds. They're already down to under 8 seconds. And you see Newton now, he knows what he needs to do. He is pushing Torgerson here. He's not even trying to pass him. He's saying, let's go get him. I don't know if he realizes they're going to catch him here in probably under 10 laps, so no big concern for the pack. What there is a concern of is a caution, Baron. Caution switches everything up.
Sure does.
And what's your favorite Snoopy episode? Now, not Snoopy, but what was it again? Charlie Brown. What'd you like? You like Christmas Charlie Brown? Halloween? What'd you like?
My favorite was a Christmas show. Absolutely.
Christmas it is.
The Great Pumpkin was kind of fun, too.
Okay. Don't know that one. I'll have to look that one up.
You
Newton
don't
does
know
make
about
a
the
move.
Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown?
I'm sure I do, but I have forgotten that. My apologies.
Yeah, Christmas #1 and the Great Pumpkin #2.
Fastest lap of the race, Brandon Sheffield, last lap. So Brandon trying to make up some time here. He is in the pack. Oh, and he's got to check up or avoid, and he goes into the wall for his efforts. That was Herb Ashley right in front of him.
Yep. Hope he didn't kill it.
I don't think he did, but you never know at these tracks. So you hit it wrong, and she's dead. So there's Williams and Lester. Let's go to our blimp cam here, and you'll just see the difference. There is Newton and Torgerson, along with others. And you see now Torgerson returning the favor, pushing Adam Newton. So they're coming, and they're coming in a hurry. They're under 5 seconds behind now. So they've already made up over 5 seconds, Baron. And if you don't hear any responses, Baron, it's generally you're just breaking up a little bit. And we'll just deal with it. It is what it is at this point. 18 laps to go. Newton and Torgerson trying to run them down. Jackson and Ian Spear trying to latch on. Can't quite get there. They got Tom Ashley with them. Sheffield and Jason Spear right there trying to make some moves. Then it's Herb Ashley, George Dibble, Rachel Hunt. She fell off through this cycle. Very unfortunate for her. And Collins, who stayed out a long time, is at the back of the cars on the lead lap. Brantley here, he is several laps down in front of Claus Williams and Tom Lester.
I am surprised they haven't latched onto that 3-car game.
Yeah, I think the 3 cars probably just got a little better rubber and they can't quite get there to them. I mean, they're sitting ducks at this point, Baron. The lead down to 2.2 seconds. So these two are coming, and they're coming right now. Matter of fact, let's go on board with Torgerson. You can probably see how quickly they're reeling them in. Fastest chicken in the south right in front of them.
Gave him a little bump. I love that. Going in the turn, nice and fast. Check out that wheel.
Little American flag in the mirror there. On the helmet of Mr. Torgerson.
You can see that helmet buffering around out there. A lot of speed here in California.
Yeah, and I think maybe the helmet's the best view of the bumping around, right? A lot of little shakes and bobbles from the helmet. You hear that engine wind up. So here we go. They're 2 corners away from catching them. I think Lester knows it. Lester looks like he's trying to make a move on Claus and rather than stay with him. There goes Lester down to the bottom.
They're there.
I mean, you like to go to the bottom of a Jack Daniels bottle, don't you?
As frequently as possible.
All right. There's no worm involved or anything.
Not in that, no. I wouldn't drink it if there was.
You don't like some cerveza?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
Yeah, it's not very tasty, is it?
And it gives you the worst hangover.
That it does.
That's the lead here, Dean.
Yeah, this is for the lead. So there goes Lester. Newton and Torgerson going to make a move here. There goes Newton. He'll make it look fairly easy. Torgerson's got to stay with them here. This is big for Troy. And he does. He curves it down low. He's still with them. So these two go on through. Next up, Ian Spear with Sheffield. Sheffield doing the pushing here. They're trying. You got Ashley and Jackson behind them. So new race leader, the Bulldog, Adam Newton. No surprise here, is it, Baron?
Oh, and you talked about it earlier, Dean. This is the kind of track, and Adam really, putting everybody on notice. He didn't forget how to drive these cars.
No, and the good thing about Newton is, so, I think I talked to you about it a little bit, like we worked on this track in the past or whatever, but what Newton does is he's not stuck in his ways, right? Like this track was a bottom feeding track. He recognized that's not really the case tonight, and he's right in that third groove there. You can see it there. That's generally where that car has been. That's the adaptability of Adam Newton, and that's what you need to have, Baron.
100% correct, Dean. 100% correct.
I mean, I haven't heard that since grade 2, Baron.
2 plus 2 does equal 4, Dean.
Yeah, that's what they tell you. I mean, for a guy with 11 fingers, how would I trust what you have to say?
Got one picking my nose right now, so make it 10, right?
All right, there goes Torgerson. So this is the deal now, Baron. We're on 11 to go, right? This thing not quite settled. Sheffield has all of a sudden come into the picture. So has Claus Williams. They've closed the gap. Torgerson sees this. He was playing friendly to run down the other two. Now he's thinking about making a move, and he can see he's been looking a little low. He looked a little high once. What does he do, Baron? Here comes Sheffield.
Well, look, you got to wait for this race to play out to find out where you're going to go. Torgerson, use his skills to get them up front, but now there's another player in the mix, and you got to be patient here. You got to figure out what's going to happen with the rest of this race. Sheffield's going to go for a run. Do you set it up with him, or do you ride with Adam?
These are the calls. I mean, it is tough out here. And Sheffield. Sheffield's not shy. We talked to him, Baron, in these interviews. He comes to race. I mean, when it comes push to shove, he's going to do a little pushing.
So speaking of pushing, it looks like Torgerson's going to run with Adam Newton right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's really trying to wind her up on the high side and keep Sheffield down on the bottom. I'm not sure they can hold him off. Sheffield looking really strong here.
2 cars are faster than one, Dean.
That's a fact. That is a fact, and that's what they're doing. If that changes, it's advantage Sheffield. Almost contact there. Sheffield's seen him coming off the wall and said, let me get out of the way. And he does, and that's smart driving right there. Winding down. Ian Spear, Claus Williams off there a little bit. There's Lester in 6th. Tom Ashley 7th. Jason Jackson 8th. George Dibble in 9th. And Jason Spear in the top 10. Back out front, Newton still leading with Torgerson 2nd. Sheffield dropped off a bit. Could be cooling them down here, Baron.
Well, it looked like a minute ago Sheffield was looking to make a high side pass on Torgerson. Now he does that, and that takes Adam's teammate out of the picture here. So if Torgerson doesn't protect that high side, this could mean trouble for both of them.
Yeah, it could. But the other thing is Sheffield's got to get it done. Like if he's thinking about one car at a time, here he's going for both. Sheffield on the bottom, Newton in the middle. He'll slide up. Torgerson will give him a push. That'll shuffle Sheffield back. Sheffield's got to pick up at least one spot here very shortly, Baron, because if he gets to fighting with Torgerson and they can't get clear of each other, Newton will get away.
I don't know if they're doing it on purpose, but bottling Sheffield's runs up, right? So with Torgerson the high side and Adam Newton on the bottom side, it really doesn't have any place to go for the 36. And the runs they're getting down the straightaways are too much for that 136 to handle.
Yeah, he's trying. He's trying everything. He gets side by side. But again, Torgerson with that head of steam comes to the bumper of the chicken pit, and there he goes, pushing him by again. Sheffield still sizing it up, thinking, what can I do? Where can I go? He's going to try something here, Baron.
Well, 6 laps to go. He's got to figure something out quick. He really needs to get between the 89 and the 2 if he's going to have a chance here.
Well, that's what I was saying, and I was saying he has to do it quickly because these laps are going to keep clicking off. Sheffield back to the bottom. They fan out again. This is where Sheffield's at his best, but no, he gets stuck in the middle. He has to lift a little bit, and around they go. He'll have to regroup. Behind them, the pack forming up. Lester and Williams, that early pit stop, still holding off Jackson and Ashley. You got Ian Spear on the high side. He might get loose. Up front, still Torgerson and Newton. 4 laps to go.
And I mean, this is just great racing here. This is a chess match at 200 miles an hour. I love it.
And I keep talking about that lane that Newton's running. It is the perfect lane for what's going on. He keeps sliding up in front of Torgerson. Torgerson's only chance to slide down low and try and slide job him. He might save that for the final turn, Baron.
Look at that line Sheffield's on. He's going to get that run here, Dean. That's what he's banking on.
Yeah, he's trying to wind that machine up a little bit. He's falling off here. He needs a massive run. I don't think he got it, Baron.
Not enough, but that's a smart race car driver. Let's see if he tries it again.
He'll go back to the middle. So Sheffield closing back in. We're coming down to it. Other group, still a pack, still fighting.
Line here from the 36. He is tracking Torgerson now. He's figured it out, hasn't he, Dean?
I think he is, and that's the type of calculated driver he is. I think he's figured it out a little bit, and he's got a little space between these cars. He has to make a move here. We're on 2. There it is. Sheffield darts to the inside. Full send by the 36. Could not come clear. Newton down in that middle line forces him to, ease up on the throttle. He can't find the space. He's wiggling and bobbing. Not enough. He'll stay there on the quarter panel of the 89. A big dive down to the bottom. Newton kind of pinching him a little wee bit. Adam Newton will take the white flag. Torgerson and Newton working together has been perfection here tonight. Sheffield shuffled out. He'll have to try a desperation move. Torgerson now in second. Can he do something? He goes way up the track looking for a final run. See if he can get it done here against Adam Newton. They head down into 3.
One more starter coming out of the 36 will be happening here at turn 3 and 4 here, Dean.
There goes the 36. Full send by Sheffield. Can't quite get it done. Newton in the middle, staying to his line. Up top, Torgerson winding it up. Not enough. Adam Newton going to come down to the start-finish line. He'll win here in the last call, 175.
Torgerson with a late charge. Look for the pass. Just not enough run right there. And Brandon Sheffield bringing in 3rd place. Hard fought up there with the front 3.
Yeah, man, good fight. A good little chess match going on there, Baron.
Really cool. Yeah, really cool racing. That was a lot of fun.
Newton outplayed him and outthought him there from the front. Great job by the 2. Claus Williams finishes 5th, so he'll get 2nd place, I believe. Rachel Hunt back in 9th here, so that's a points thing. But the night belongs to the chicken pit machine, the fastest chicken in the South, Adam the Bulldog Newton. Do you think he's actually the fastest chicken in the South, Baron?
I think he knows the fastest chicken in the South. I don't think he is the fastest chicken in the South.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Do you think he would put on a chicken suit?
Definitely.
Definitely. All right.
Definitely.
And you're going to walk the dog here, famous Adam Newton burnouts. I mean, he getting real good at this, Baron. He gonna lay one down here. He might try and do the whole track, Baron. I don't know if we have time for all that.
Kudos to him if he can pull it off.
I'm telling you, he's very, very good at it these days. He's sliding down the track a little bit, trying to hold her up there. It's quite a burnout. Right now, though, let's go to a commercial break. We'll come back, and we'll get some race interviews in. Abrupt end to that commercial there. We're back here at Auto Club. We're had another good one here, Baron. This was the highway race. Pick a lane and try and figure it out, and we had a lot of attempts there at the end.
Yeah, it was a good race and a great chess match and a good way to send this Gen 6 car off. Real good end to the season. Congratulations to Jason Jackson, your champion.
Yeah, absolutely. Congrats to him, and we'll start some race interviews here. We'll bring in second place finisher, Mr. Troy Torgerson. Congrats, Troy.
Hey, thanks a lot, Dean, man. It's a good last race in the Gen 6 car, man, and we had a good run, so that's good.
Yeah, you did, and it brought back some memories, Troy. You and Newton there. You after your last stop, you're about 10 seconds back. It's concerning, but I'm sure you noticed quite quickly it wasn't going to be that much of a concern. But Adam was pushing you for a while. He gets by you, then you're pushing him. How big was it working together tonight?
Oh, we had to. We knew when 16 car and the 78 car pitted early. We knew we were going to have some help, and there was three of us there. And I think Spear, he got coming through that traffic when we were coming back up through, got a little bit of a gap on it, man. But we had to keep going just to make sure that we caught him.
Now you get down to the end, Troy, and Brandon Sheffield shows up, and we know what he's going to go for the win. He's not going to mess around with it. He's making attempts. So what was your thought process there? Were you thinking, I got to stick with Newton, or I got to use this as an opportunity? What were you thinking?
Well, I mean, when we were coming up through the field and we got around those guys, and we were hoping to, we thought we were going to be able to gap the rest of the field. I knew, Brandon had a lap or two fresher tires than us, but I didn't think he had any drafting help, so I didn't think he was going to be able to catch us like he did, man. And I was just like, all right, let's gap this thing, and then we'll race each other for the win at the end. And he came up and spoiled the hell out of that.
Well, he kind of did, and I mean, you go to the last lap even, Troy. You had to be thinking early on when it was you and Newton, heck, I'll just keep pushing them until one to go or whenever. And then you got Sheffield up there, and it almost stole that opportunity from you, sort of.
Yeah, Adam's a longtime friend. I don't get to race with him very often, man. It was great working with him tonight, and I was going to make sure that he was going to win. He was going to win. If it wasn't going to be me, it was going to be him.
Well, you did that. You did a great job out here, Troy, and you put a cap on, what has been across a few series is a really good end of the season run for you. Are you feeling good about where your driving's at, where you are in all these series?
Absolutely, man. I feel real comfortable in the car. Everything's running great. We had to upgrade to Windows 11, before I started RGR, and everything seems to be tuned in real well. Love racing with the guys, man. These guys are tough as hell. Kind of put myself behind the 8 ball the other night in the other division. Ran it dry, hoping for a caution, and boy, that's like asking for rain in Arizona, man, because it ain't gonna happen. But I thought I'd give it a shot. So we come out here and finish the Gen 6 car on a good note.
You certainly did, and that will end the Gen 6 car. We'll move on to some testing to see what will replace it, but you showed great here this evening, Troy. Second place. Congrats on that, and we'll give you the mic, man. Anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Dean. Thanks, Wind Tunnel TV, of course. You guys put on a brilliant show. Everything is, you guys do an awesome job. There's no doubt about it. I gotta thank Doyle for the making me look good out there. He makes me look great, actually, and love running his paints, man. Raven Graphics, Doyle Lawrence, man. He does a wonderful job. He makes you look real good out there. I got to thank all the sponsors. We got a live church on Sunday nights that did the Xfinity series for us. Kailu Glass that did the Tuesday night series, the Gen 4 car. And then Jason Brantley and East Coast Web Printers tonight doing the Gen 6 series. Yeah, the final one. But we wouldn't be able to air it for the whole world without them guys. Definitely got to thank Spear Motorsports. Like you said, we started running real strong there at the end, man. We put on a good show. We finished real strong, and yeah, got to thank all the men and women of the United States military for what they do for our country. Thank you.
A big salute to the military, and I salute Troy Torgerson, who's been really good here late in the season. Baron, who you got?
Well, I got race winner Mr. Adam Newton with me here, driver of the number 2 chicken pit machine. Adam, son, congratulations on your win tonight, my friend.
Yeah, I can finally say it's the fastest chicken in the South.
That is the fastest chicken in the South. And it's driven by the fastest driver at California. What's it like working with Troy there as you were fighting off a hard-charging number 36 machine driven by Brandon Sheffield?
Oh, it was phenomenal, man. I told Troy when we hit pit road, I said, man, we're going to stick together. We're going to draft. And we made it happen. I mean, I got a run on him and I had to take it. And I kind of hated doing that, but I agreed to race it out at the end. I told him, I said, Dean always told us ain't nothing for free. So that's what we did, and it worked out.
Yeah, honorable mention going to the driver of the 89 machine. He stuck with you while Brandon did everything he could to try to put a gap between you guys in some way. But great racing. It was a 200-mile-an-hour chess match. Was it everything you wanted for the last race in the Gen 6?
Oh, yeah. And, I was going to, I don't know if y'all saw this. I started running Dean's line that he always talks about towards the end. And I knew what to do for speed. And I was kind of saving that low line move that Sheffield was doing towards the end. But yeah, no, I couldn't be happier.
Overall thoughts on the Gen 6 and how it played out for you this year? Good car, good platform. Or are you happy to see it go?
I want the trucks back. I mean,
Okay.
don't get me wrong. I like the car. I mean, they got to work on refreshing the setups. If they did that, the Gen 6s would still be really fun to run. I mean, they are, but I kind of want to see the trucks come back.
All right. Well, there you go. So, Adam, talk about sponsorships, who you got to thank for this season, and what we expect from Adam Newton moving forward as we head into a very slow off season.
I'm not sure, man. Gotta figure out what's going to happen in my personal life, but nonetheless, thank Kalu Glass, Live Church, and East Coast Web Printers. They are great to work with and allow me and Dean to broadcast on Sunday nights together. And congrats to Jason Jackson for bringing one home. Uh, he did an awesome job this season, and thank Troy for everything he did, working together. And I was glad to work with him and all the SMS teammates and Spear and Ian and Daryl Spear and Darren when he's here and everybody else that makes this go around. And thank you, Dean, for putting on the show, and you too, Baron. And thank Todd and the guys. And hope to see you soon.
Yep, we will too. So, Dean, Adam Newton, winner of tonight's race at the 175, last call at California.
Yeah, and I just want to second on what Adam was talking about, my line or whatever. Like I said during the broadcast, he has adapted his own driving in here. That's all Adam Newton right there. So congrats on him and the victory. But we turn our attention to Mr. Jason Jackson. Long overdue. We're crowning you champion here tonight, Jason. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Just a quick thanks there. I mean, Jason, we want to expand a little bit. I mean,
it's been a tough couple of 2-3 weeks for me. It's just this one was kind of just an easy one because of, I think it's mostly I ran most of the races where some of them didn't, but I just kind of top fived everybody to death in this side of the league.
Listen, I won't allow this kind of talk in here, Jason. Championships are one of the hardest things to come by. Take it from me, I thought there would be an endless supply of them, and they dried up at one point. Cherish it. You earned it, Jason, through your driving. You've been burned a couple of times, and it's time to crack the champagne, man. Talk about your consistency here. That's what won it, Jason. I mean, massive amount of top tens, massive amount of top fives. That's what got it done this season, wasn't it?
Yeah, it sure was. I think all the top fives. Just I'd have to go back and look at the numbers. I don't know what they are exactly, but yeah, and this car just kind of suits me a little bit better sometimes, and I just like you said, just consistently top five the death out of it. And some of the major competitors on this side kind of were in and out, but it was still not a bad season. It kind of makes up a little bit for the Sunday deal, but that one kind of hurt. That one I'm gonna wish I had back more than anything. But
I'll say you're a true driver, Jason, because drivers are very negative thinkers, right? When they say drivers have long memories, no, they have long memories about you wrecking them. They don't have long memories about their victories. Right, so I'm imploring you to please enjoy this one, Jason. Like I said, they're hard to come by. But what about this race? This was also a bit of a tough race here. Somehow, some way. I mean, I think on pit road, maybe. Jason, is that where it kind of was won and lost for you?
Well, I slid through my stall ever so slightly, which didn't help. Which I didn't lose too much ground, I thought that, but I think the biggest difference for this race, and we all kind of talked about it in the lobby, is when you pitted, one lap made a huge difference on the tires tonight.
Yeah, it really seemed to, and that was the odd thing about this car, this series. It seemed the tire wear was different at different tracks. Very strange. When there was drop off and when there wasn't, a hard thing to negotiate. But you've done everything right. You negotiated it all, and now the Gen 6 gets put out to pasture. Are you happy to see it go? Are you looking forward to something different? What are your thoughts on it all, Jason?
Well, I don't know if I'd say I'm happy to see it go. I like the Gen 6 car, but I know it's just gotten too hard on the service to race because there's no support for it as far as setups and stuff like that. But yeah, I would like to see us move back into the trucks or the ARCA car maybe on Thursday night, but we're going to have to wait and see, all the winter testing and kind of what everybody decides. I like the trucks a lot. I like this Gen 6 car a lot. I've won a lot of races in this Gen 6 over the last couple of seasons that we've had in it, and I kind of hate to see it go, but it's like I said, there's just no support for it anymore, and we just kind of push it out into the dust and move on to something else.
Well, we don't just push it out. We push it out as you, the defending champion, going into next season. And yeah, my vote's for trucks too, Jason. So hopefully we'll see you in a truck trying to defend this championship. Congrats on it, my friend. We'll give you the mic. Anybody you want to shout out, please do.
Well, we got to thank you guys for doing the broadcast. It always makes it interesting when we go back and watch them and stuff. And then, got to thank all the series sponsors. They're the one that keeps us on here, and with the Live Church and Kailu Glass and East Coast Web Printing. Hopefully, Mike Brown's getting better with his recovery and gets back soon to where he can come back and race with us, occasionally like he does. And, got to thank the admins with Todd and George and all the guys that run the league. They do a super good job. And then teammates with Brandon and Nick, Ed, and Derek. They're always great teammates, and we have a good time. If you'd hear half the stuff that we talk about in voice channel during the race, you'd be laughing your head off. It's pretty silly what we talk about sometimes, other than the race. But it's I just like you said, it's kind of sad to see the series this particular car in the series go. I won the first race in this series, and I kind of want to do my most to win the last one. It just didn't work out.
All right, that's Jason Jackson. He finally puts one under his belt, and he thinks Third Channel is silly. Baron, we're live on the air. I think we get a little silly sometimes, don't we?
Well, we can curse when we're in channel. We can't curse very willingly on the outside here like this, but
can't.
Yeah, I understand what he's saying. Shouldn't. Yeah, it's a word. Yeah.
But Jason Jackson finally getting one, Baron. I mean, these things we've seen him lose by like a point. We've seen him lose a 5-car championship battle the other night. To finally get one, it's big, isn't it?
Well, it's huge, Dean, and I hear the disappointment in Jason's voice, for the close one he had on Sunday. But like you said, Dean, these things don't come by very often, and you got to relish in the fact that you put one together this year, and your name goes on that cup, and nobody can take it off now, and that's you. And
right.
Maybe it's not the one you want, but it's the one you.
and whatever excuses you're putting down, this guy wasn't there or whatever, none of that will be remembered. You got to remember, championships are historic, and the only thing they're going to remember is Jason Jackson was the champion. That's it.
That's right.
So that can never be taken from this man. He did it everything right this season. I loved it. The consistency paid off. We've seen that across a couple of series here where consistency was the order of the day, not massive amounts of wins, but winning a championship. So congrats to Jason Jackson. Congrats to RGR. I mean, we love it here. We've had a blast, haven't we, Baron?
We sure have, week in and week out. These guys are great, and the word family comes to mind when I talk about this series and how consistently everybody runs with each other and for each other here. So what a great series, and talk about what's coming next for Wind Tunnel TV.
Yeah, Wind Tunnel TV. We'll take 1 week off. We'll be back a week from Sunday. And then Tuesday, we'll have both of those nights for a winter season here with RGR. Thursday, they'll do some testing and figure it all out and probably be back, I would guess, Daytona in February. We'll start up something. And, I'm lobbying for trucks, Baron.
Well, yeah, you're making a good case for it. But I'll be there for it when we come back, and maybe we'll see you in the off season sporadically on the track and.
Yeah, maybe on the track, maybe off the track, maybe at the hotel, maybe at the bar. Baron will be around, folks. We're not going to lose him. But for myself, Dean Doucette, and for Mr. Baron Labosco, that's going to wrap it up here from the Auto Club, and we'll see you right here next time on Wind Tunnel TV.